Hey guys. So, funny story. I started filming this. I was only like a minute into filming, so not a big deal, but my computer died on me. So then I had to plug it in, and now I'm starting again. So, hi. Today was pretty exciting because it was my last day of work before my vacation starts. So, your girl is free. I am a free elf. Yes. Oh my god, I'm about to cry because I'm like reading Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows right now, and that just nope, let's not do that. Let's not. As you can see, I have my pretty lights on. I'm also registered for classes. This is like the first time I'm gonna be going back to school since like spring semester 2016. So it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've been. But I'm really excited. I had to change my schedule, like my availability at work, just a little bit, just because most of my classes are online. There's just one that's not, and that's because it has like a lab, so it's got to be in person, and it's like at a campus that's like across town. But like I really want to take it because it's a zoology course, and it just sounds like so much fun. I'm like, I want to take zoology. That just sounds like such a great time. And they literally only had like one class available for the entire semester. Like there wasn't any other options. So I just went with what I could get. So but it's all good. It's not a big deal. Because I can still work those days. It's just I can't come in until a certain time. That's all. So no biggie. But yeah, so you're probably like, okay, what are we here for? So today we are going to be doing my N.E.W.T.S TBR 2018. I sat my owls back in April, and it was so much fun. And I passed like 9 of my owls. Although I'm not going to be doing Muggle studies this round just because I give zero fucks. Like I don't care. I don't want to do Muggle studies, okay? But I'm gonna do all the other ones. And the N.E.W.T.S are a little bit more intense. So for every subject there is 3 challenges: 1 for acceptable, 1 for exceeds expectation, and 1 for outstanding. Now you have to read a different book for every single one of those. So 3 books for 1 subject. You feel me? Okay, good. All right. So we're just gonna go ahead and get on into the TBR. So the first subject I'm studying is Ancient Runes, and for acceptable, it's a book set in the past, and for that I'm going to be reading Guilt by Catherine Longshore. This is like a book about Henry Tudor, like the guy that like always cut off his wife's heads. It's about that guy, and it's about one of his wives. It's about Catherine. And it's just basically like a YA fiction retelling of that. And I've always been super into like the Tudor and like Henry and all that stuff. I'm obsessed with that part of history, so I think this will be really, really good. Most ancient book on shelf, and for that I'm going to be going with Theft of Swords by Michael J. Sullivan. This is actually a bind-up of the first 2 novels in this series, so I'll probably only be reading the first one. But yeah, this is like a book I've had for a really, really, really long time. And basically, I don't really even know what it's about. It's about a thief and like his partner, and they're like doing stuff. I don't know, a lot of people on BookTube highly recommend it, like people that I trust, like Sam from Sam's Nonsense, Connor from Connor O'Brien, like all of them, like the ones that I know the high fantasy, the good shit, like I take their stuff to heart. So this was one I bought back then. But hopefully it's gonna be good. I know that it's just basically an epic high fantasy with like a thief and a mercenary, and like that shit's my jam. So we're hoping for good things. The next challenge for in Ancient Runes is a book that is translated, and y'all, if you're having trouble with the challenge, literally any manga will work for that challenge. You feel me? Cool. But the one I'm going to be reading is Black Butler Volume 4. I am obsessed with this series. I got the first 3 for Valentine's Day for my boyfriend, and then I proceeded to buy 4 and 5 when we had our employee appreciation days at work. And I haven't read this one yet. I recently read 3, I think maybe last month it was. Maybe the month before. I don't know. I'm trying to space these out because if I don't, I'm just going to binge this. I'm just going to buy the whole series. I'm going to binge the entire series, and then I'm going to be really, really sad. Because I am so obsessed. I love Sebastian with my entire being. He's just a perfect entity. Because he's not human. But yeah, it's so good, you guys. Like, I highly recommend this. If you like manga, like, you will love it. It's so good. So yeah. Alright. So, and then the next subject I'm going to be sitting is arithmetic. I cannot say that. And the first one is a book that is of at least 300 pages. Now, some of these books are also completing challenges for the Book-Tube-a-thon, which happens which is for the first week of August. Like, it's like the last couple days of this month, July, and then the first week of August, so just to let you know. But for that, I'm going to be reading Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. I have not read this book since 2015, and back then I've read it from the library and I loved it, but I bought this when, again, on our employee appreciation days, because I really wanted to own a copy of it, and I'm so excited to reread this. You guys, you have no freaking idea. I cannot wait. It's gonna be such a good time. And then it's also for the Book-Tube-a-thon, and the challenge is to read and watch a book to movie adaptation. And you might be like, oh my god, but there's so many book to movie adaptations coming out and that have been coming out and blah 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 blah. Don't you want to do one of those? No, I don't, because all those movies are fucking trash, and a lot of the books are too. So, no, thank you. I want to do this one because I know I love this movie. I know I love this book. I already know I love it, and this is going to be a fantastic experience, and I'm going to have such a good time. So that's what I'm doing. And, I am dying to rewatch the Simon movie. I literally watched it not even that long ago. I think it was, either a few weeks ago or, a month ago, I watched that movie. And yet I'm already oh my gosh, I really just want to watch Love, Simon. I just It's such a good movie, guys. It's probably one of my new favorite movies of all time. And I'm not a movie person at all. I'm strictly, mainly a TV show person. But, oh man, is Love, Simon one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's so good. And I just can't wait to reread this and to, remember how much I love it. And to compare it to the movie, because it'll be really cool to do that. Because, again, when I saw the movie, I haven't read this book since 2015, so it's going to be great. It's going to be a good time. Alright, the next challenge is for Exceeds Expectations, book that ends on an even number page, and for that I'm going to be going with Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik, and this ends on page 466, so that's an even number. So yeah, I'm going to be reading this one, and it's also for Book-Tube-a-thon. It's a book with a pretty spine, so because it's got a really pretty spine. But yeah, I'm excited. That's gonna happen. Let's see. A book that, and for the O, it's a book that's not first in a series, and for that I'm gonna be going with Rebel by R.J. Anderson. This is the second book in the Fairy Rebels trilogy. Or series. It's it's weird. It's not really a trilogy. It's kind of like a series, because it's there were the first 3, but then there were but then they added on 2 companion books. You know, it's kind of like how the Kiracast, that series, how that was 3 books, and then they were oh, actually we're gonna add 3 more, and it's like that basically. Anyway, I got this recommendation from B over at Maddie and B, and I loved the first one, Knife. It was really good, and I'm really excited to finally continue on. It's been so long. So yeah, she read these in their first read all day, September, which is still I think it's still my favorite read all day that they did. For some reason, that one just, it stands up. It's so good. And I watch all their read all days. I love those videos. Those are my favorite videos ever. Anyway, you don't care. This is what I'm going to be doing. This is also my 7th book for Book-Tube-a-thon, so. Oh, it's going to be fun to clean up all these books later. The next subject I'm sitting is astronomy, and for acceptable, it's stars on the cover, and for that I'm going to be reading 1,000 Nights by A.K. Johnson. You're probably like, where's the dust jacket? I took it off because the dust jacket isn't really pretty, but like, look at how pretty the naked book is. Look at all those stars. It's just so pretty. I just prefer this, so that's why. Yeah. The next one is e-book, like, it's for the exceeds expectations. I feel like I'm saying these weird, sorry. Book that has the word sky in the title. For that, I'm going to be reading Sky in the Deep by whoever it's by. I'm sorry, I don't have it in front of me. That is for the, that's because I can listen to the audiobook on Scribd while I am at work, so that's what we're doing. Then for O, it's a story that is set in a different planet/world, and for that I'm going to be reading Morning Star by Pierce Brown, which is the 3rd book in the Red Rising series, and I am so excited. I read Red Rising and Golden Sun like a little while ago, and I've really enjoyed them, and I really want to read this one and just know what happens to everybody. And then I also have Iron Gold, which I'll be reading at some point after this, but I'm really excited to read this, but I definitely need to like pull up some recaptions for Golden Sun because I'm not sure how much I remember, so. So much happens in that book that it's like really easy to kind of forget because like, oh my gosh, so much happens. I'm trying to pull the next stack of books over. Okay, I got it. And then the next subject I'm going to be sitting is Care of Magical Creatures, and for the A in that subject, it is animal on the cover, and for that I'm going to be reading Wolf by Ryan Grodin. It's got a wolf on the cover, see? I've had this book for so long. It was like a Christmas present from one of my friends, and I still haven't read it, and it was a few Christmases ago. Like, it wasn't even the recent one. It was like 2 or 3. Like, it's been a minute. And yeah, I still haven't read it because I am a trash human being, so I really want to get to it and finally read this one. But yeah, it's basically about this girl, and she can shapeshift, and she like goes into like this motorcycle race, and whoever wins gets an audience with Hitler, because basically the those, whatever they're called, they won World War II, and so so if you win the race, you get an audience with Hitler, and she's gonna kill him. So it sounds like super good. I just am a trash human being and haven't read it. The next challenge for the next one for the E is going to be a book that is under 160 pages, and for that I'm going to be reading Brokeback Mountain by N.E.W.T.S. Yeah. And again, I'm going to listen to the audiobook of that, and it's like an hour long, so I can get it done super quick because I listened to it on 2x speed, so it'll only take me 30 minutes. And I'm just really excited because that's like one of my all-time favorite movies. I am obsessed, and I've never read like the short story that it's based on, so I'm really excited for that. The next is O, and it includes dragons, and for that I'm going to be reading Found in Night by Ben Alderson, which is the second book in like the Draconian series. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what the series is actually called, but I read the first book when it first came out, which was like back in December, and it was so good. Cloaked in Shadow, it was so good, and I was gonna read Found in Night literally the day it came out because I like pre-ordered it on my Kindle. But I was like, but then I saw the challenges for the readathon, and I was like, I should save it for that because it's perfect for Includes Dragons. So that's what I did. I'm so excited to read it. Then the next subject is Charms, and the first one for A is going to be Book with Magic in It, and for that I'm going to be reading Midnight for Charlie Bone by Ginny Nimon. I read like part of this series like up to book 5 or 6 when I was in middle school, and I really, really enjoyed these books, and I collected them because I found them all like super cheap. And so I've been collecting them, and I really want to reread them because it's been so long, and I just want to see if I still like am gonna enjoy them as much as I do. It's basically a middle grade, and it's very Harry Potter-esque. Like he's living with terrible relatives. He goes to a magic school, but their magic is like really cool. Basically, he has the ability to go into photographs, so to like actually go into the photographs, and he can like talk to the people in there. It's crazy. It's a thing. And then he makes friends with this boy there. His best friend turns out to be someone that can turn invisible basically at will, which is just it's so good. I just remember really enjoying these books, and I just really want to like reread them. So that's what this is. For E, it's a cover by, and for that I'm going to be reading Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. And this I've had for a while, and I still haven't read. I read like the first few chapters, and then I just for some reason put it down and never finished. So I really want to finish, but this one's super cool. It's got like interactive stuff that you can do. So yeah, I think this one will be just really fun to read, and it's not too long. And I just think, yeah, it's just going to be really fun. So, and I love Harry Potter. I mean, obviously, we know I love Harry Potter. Sorry, I was thinking about Harry Potter because of that. But we know I love Peter Pan. Like, literally, I have a Peter Pan book sleeve. I love Peter Pan. I love all the quotes. I love Peter Pan. And I need this to be done so I can know all the stuff. And I can stop being a fake fan. Not really. There's no such thing as fake fans. Unless you like the Shadowhunters TV show, but not the books, and then you are a super fake fan. I'm kidding. Sorta. Anyway, let's stop with that. For the O in Charms, it's a book you think will leave a mark, and for that, I'm going with Saint's Blood by Sebastian de Castell. I said that in a really weird voice. Anyway, I have been wanting to read this for so long, and I want to know what's going on with my babies. I just want to know all the stuff. I love this series so much. It's like my favorite series after Harry Potter, which is like the highest praise I can give anything. And it's super long. It's gonna be chunky, but I love this so much that I'll probably read it pretty quick. And I just really, really love this series, you guys. Like, you don't even understand. Like, I really love this series, so I'm super excited to get to this. The next subject I'll be sitting is Defense Against the Dark Arts, and for A, it's read the last book in a series, and for that I'm going to be reading The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. I read Blue Lily Lily Blue either last month or the month before, and it ended on a cliffhanger, but I didn't want to rush into this book mainly because I knew about this challenge, and I was like, I gotta wait, because I think this is like the only series that I'm like on the last book. So I definitely wanted to wait because I think it's the only one I'm on the last book of, and I was like, oh, I gotta wait and make sure I can complete that challenge. So, gonna be reading The Raven King. Super excited to finally know all the stuff and to know how it wraps up with all the characters. So, again, this is gonna be super fun to put up. For E, it's read a book with like a foiled cover. For that, I'm going to be going with Legendary by Stephanie Garber, because I feel like this is foiled. Like, that's what it means, right? Like this kind of like shiny thingy, right? That's what I'm going with, because I'm pretty sure. But yeah, this came out like, I don't even know, like last month? Did it come out last month? I think so. But I read Caraval back when it came out. I have the UK edition because I bought it when I was in London back in March last year. So now I have like the US edition of this one, but it doesn't really bug me. So yeah, I'm just really excited to see like what's going on, because the last one, like how the first one ended was like wet. So it'll be nice to see like how everything comes together in this one. So we will see. Let's see. For the O, it's read a book with dark in the title, and for that I'm going to go with Darkly Dreaming Dexter by Jeff Lindsay. And this is the books that the TV show Dexter is based on, which I used to watch and be super into, and I got this super cheap at like a half price book, so I just want to know what's going on. It's not that long. It's like, oh wow, it's under 300 pages. I didn't even know that. Yeah, it's like only 275, so this will be a really quick read. Then the next subject I'm going to be sitting is herbology, and for the A, it's going to be book with a green cover, and for that I'm going to be reading The Reader by Tracy Chee, and if you can't tell, like green, it's like blue and green, but there's green in there. But yeah, this is basically about this world where like reading books is like not a thing. It's like illegal or something. And then this girl, like, after one of her family members, I think, gets like kidnapped or something, she finds a rectangular object and she doesn't know what it is, but it's a book, and then she, I guess, figures it out. I don't know, it's like a whole thing. But it sounds good, so we're gonna read it, and my voice is like slowly leaving me, so that's why I sound weird. For the E, it's a book with illustrations, and did you guys guess that I picked another manga? And I'm gonna read Kiss Him Not Me Volume 3 for this one because illustrations. So, yeah. Gotta get those short mangas in. Then for the O, it's a book with light, air, sun, water in the title, so any one of those words. And for that, I'm going to be reading a book that's on my Kindle, and that is Air Awakens by Elise Kova, which I read her other series, the Dragons of Loom series, and I really loved it. It was so good. I listened to like all three of those audiobooks almost back to back to back at work one week. It was a great experience. Highly recommend. So good. Loved it. But yeah, so I like really love her stories and stuff, so I really wanted to like read her other series, and so I think the Kindle book was like, it's either like Prime Reading or like Kindle Unlimited, whatever. So anyway, I'm reading that. It's gonna be good. And then the last subject I'll be sitting is History of Magic, and for the A, it's a book that would fit right in with the Hogwarts library, and for that, I'm going with like a book that would aesthetically fit into it, and that's gonna be, look at how beautiful that would fit in. But it's The Complete Sherlock Holmes by Sarah Arthur Conan Doyle. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna read this whole big ass thing, but I'm gonna read quite a bit, and I'll count it. But yeah, I just really want to read some of the originals. I've read a couple of the stories, but I don't know if I've actually read any like the full-length novels. But yeah, I really want to read the original because I adore Sherlock so much. Like so much. So I really want to like reread. I want to read the originals and see what it's all about, and I think it's gonna be like just really, really good and really fun. So I can't wait. For E, it's a book that was published at least 5 years ago, and for that I'm gonna be going with Magic Study by Maria V. Schneider. This was published like a minute ago. This is like the second book in like the original trilogy of this bigger series. If that makes sense, it's a whole thing. Yeah, this was published back in 2006, so it's been like 12 years. Oh, yeah. Anyway, but I read Poison Study like a couple years ago, and I really just want to like continue on, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then I can't believe I did this. Okay, I gotta fix that. But anyway, for O, it's gonna be a book that is at least 400 pages long, and for that, I am gonna go with The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan. which this is way longer than 400 pages. It is 553 pages, so yeah. But I just really need to read this because I finished the Percy Jackson series, I want to say at least a year ago, and I still haven't picked up The Lost Hero, and I really want to pick it up and start it and like start that series, and then that way I can go out and buy the other books, which they pretty much have all those at like half price. So yeah, I want to read it finally and start that series so that I can continue on with Rick Riordan, because I see everybody talking about like his newer series that have come out and how good they are and everything, and I like can't even read them because I have to keep caught up. It's really annoying. So yeah, but that was my N.E.W.T.S TBR. Thanks for sticking around if you did. I'm sorry that my voice has been failing this entire time. I suck. I hope you enjoyed. Did I already say that? I don't know. Let me know if you're participating in this. Link your TBR down below if you are. I'd love to know what you're gonna be reading, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.